In a quiet little village surrounded by tall mountains and green fields, there lived an old carpenter named Rahim. From morning till evening, the sound of his hammer and saw echoed through the village. Everyone admired him for his honesty and hard work. People said, if Rahim builds something, it will last a lifetime. But time, as always, changes everything. Rahim was growing old. His hands that once worked with strength and confidence now trembled slightly. His eyes, once sharp as an eagle's, had grown weak. Sometimes he made small mistakes while cutting or shaping the wood, piece too short, a line not perfectly straight. The younger carpenters began whispering behind his back, Rahim Ustad isn't what he used to be. He's lost his touch. Hearing this made Rahim sad, but he didn't argue. He just smiled quietly and continued doing his work with love, as he always had. One day, rich merchant from the nearby town visited Rahim. Ustad, he said, I've heard about your golden hands. I want you to build me the most beautiful wooden house in the village. One that will remind people of your great skill. Rahim's eyes lit up. I will build it with my heart, he promised softly. From the next morning, Rahim began working. Every day, he carried his tools, hammer, saw, chisel, and tape, to the construction site. But because of his weak eyesight, sometimes the cuts were uneven or the wood didn't fit perfectly. His young assistant, Bilal, would laugh and say, Ustad, you are too old now. Look at these mistakes. The merchant will be angry. Rahim only smiled and said, Bilal, every mark tells a story. Don't worry, my son, it will turn out fine. Months passed, and finally, the house was complete. It wasn't perfect. A few windows were slightly crooked, and the railing had tiny cracks. But it looked warm, beautiful, and full of life. When the merchant came to see it, he walked around quietly, touching the wood, noticing every detail. After a while, he smiled and said, This is the most beautiful house I've ever seen. Thank you, Rahim Ustad. Bilal was surprised. But sir, he said, it's not perfect. Some cuts are uneven. The merchant turned to him and said, Perfection isn't always about straight lines. This house has something special. It has a soul. You can feel the love and experience in every corner. Rahim smiled, his eyes filled with tears of peace and pride. A few days later, Rahim fell ill. Before his last breath, he called Bilal close and whispered, My son, remember this. Nobody in this world is perfect. Even nature isn't perfect. Look at the crooked trees, the uneven mountains, yet everything looks beautiful together. Our flaws make us human. Don't be ashamed of your mistakes. Learn from them, and keep building your life, just like I built that house. Years later, that same house still stood tall. People from nearby towns would visit and say, This house feels alive. And Bilal, now a skilled carpenter himself, would smile and tell Rahim's story. He would say, My master taught me that perfection isn't about being flawless, it's about working with love and never giving up. Moral of the story. Nobody in this world is perfect. We all have weaknesses, we all make mistakes, but that's what makes us real and unique. Your imperfections don't make you less, they make you you. So stop comparing, stop doubting, and start believing, because sometimes, it's your little cracks that let the light shine through.